from there, we have to go into so many other directions and dimensions of being able to effectuate the necessary remediations of the human biomatrix in order to substantiate what is already an inherent capacity for infinite experience. And I don't just mean excellence, I mean infinite experience. So let's just start with beyond excellent. And let's say what? Genius? How about the genius thing? You know? Okay, well, folks know that term. Genius is, it's nice to have. You all have it. Congratulations, you all have it. Problem is, most of you have never been introduced to it within yourselves. I was lucky. I was high yellow. You know, I discovered how lucky I was. Here's a little vignette. First day of freshman year at Harvard University, 1973, September 11th. You made it to Harvard. You come out of Compton, you made it to Harvard. Go there, walk into Harvard Yard, 340-plus-year-old institution, the oldest academic institution in this country. Walk into Harvard Yard, I walk no more than 50 paces, somebody is standing there with a whole big old stack of New York Times magazines. Sunday magazine, New York Times. They see me with this big old straight out of Compton afro. We didn't call them afros, then we call them naturals, right? I got this big old natural. So I'm gonna get one. They give me the Sunday Times. And I look at it on the first page, it says, Blacks and Minorities at Harvard. Essentially, the article was written by the first fully tenured black professor. We didn't call them African Americans at that time. We were black people. Other people were there, whatever. First tenured full professor, Martin Kilson. And guess what he was? Your classic house nigga Uncle Tom. Okay? Because he's writing an article that we don't belong there. So you get to your first day at Harvard University, and you walk in there, and you think you're part of the rich, special, white folks, superior, homo superioris clan. On the first day, they tell you you don't belong there. It's one of your own telling you you don't belong there. Sunday New York Times. Not just the front page, the whole centerfold article. Talking about we come at our ghetto mentality. We come holding on to our black culture, our brown culture, our Native American culture. We don't want to assimilate. We don't understand the importance of becoming part of this noble institution of academia. Now, Professor Noguera was also a former fully tenured, distinguished professor at Harvard University. He can attest to a bunch of these things because it was his brother, his older brother, and myself who faced that together as roommates for 2 of our years at Harvard. We wound up marrying sisters, and that's where our families were connected. Of course, we divorced the sisters too. But we made good babies. 3 babies, and that's one of them back there, my son. But we went through that. Anybody still reading this stuff? I'll just flip it up a little bit. Okay, so you go there. You get slapped in the face that way. You sort of regroup, because right next to them is the Radical Student Organization, folks. So you got the Afro-Am, you got the February 15th movement. You got the Native American group there, you got the white radicals there, the communists there, you've got the gay group over there, you've got the Jewish groups over there. So you go through all these different student organizations and you start sort of like getting oriented. You're also kind of like feeling it out. Well, do I want to go check these people out, check these people out? Then you go and then you get the academic programs and the academically oriented organizations. So I go up to this table and the table says Harvard Mensa Society. And they look at me and they say, hey, come over here. And I said, well, okay, who are you? Well, we're Mensa. I said, okay, cool, what's a Mensa? And he said, you don't know about Mensa? I said, well, we know about you. We want you to be in Harvard Mensa. Well, what is Harvard Mensa? Well, the Mensa Society is considered the society of the super brilliant people, right? It's an intellectual elite. It's almost a cult. We're Harvard Mensa. So we're like, you know, extra Mensa. We want you to be, came to understand that anybody who's admitted to schools like that, they already know everything about you. They haven't decided whether to accept you simply because you got good scores or good recommendation. They are grooming you to become an Obama at some point in time. And future leaders of corporations, future leaders of secret societies, future leaders of the military, of governments, future leaders of the population extermination agenda, who is going to be groomed in those respective areas for the next 50, 70 years of that person's life. And then they try to seduce you into that kind of stream, you see?